Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Metra double square base floor lamp. This is the 248421. This is the shade for it. We'll go into a lot of detail about everything about this. So, overall height to the top of that shade is coming in at 56 inches. The diameter of the shade is going to be the largest part of it, and that's coming in at 19. The footprint, that's the part on the bottom, the base is coming in at 10 inches by 10 inches. This is 18 pounds, so it's pretty substantial. You shouldn't be able to have it knocked over by your kids or your dogs or the two running, chasing each other. Why don't we talk about a little bit more on the shade. So it's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's conic shade, and a conic shade basically has a slope to it. It's going to be 19 inches across the bottom diameter. Top of it is coming in at 7, and then going up the slope is 12 inches. It's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's natural white Anna fabric, and that's a true white. It's not a cream. It's not a light gray. It's a true white. It's going to let a lot of light through it. It's also going to be a neutral tone to this, so basically it's not going to compete with the design of the lamp beneath it. The inside is heavy white plastic. It's going to throw a lot of light out, but you also get light through this too, so it's something to think about. Top of this is called a spider, and that's the piece here, here, and that's always going to be in a black, so something you should know. Okay. Why don't we talk about a couple other things? When you look at the installations instructions, and you can do that now if you want to. If you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, and basically you got this knob that's going to be pushed on. You kind of take, when you are putting this knob on, you're going to take your fingers, put it behind the socket like that, and use your thumb and press it right onto it. So that's how you're going to get your knob on. There's also going to be a harp. The harp is the part that holds the shade. That goes on too. You put your shade on and you're basically done and ready to go. So very simple. Okay, why don't we talk more about this? That harp and this are always going to be in a gunmetal gray. So that's something, a little detail there too. So this actually has a dimmer built into it. There's a microchip hiding in the base of this and allows this to dim. Goes on, you hear a click off, and basically it works beautifully. We don't use those three-way sockets anymore like that we did in the past before LEDs came on the scene, so now you have a lot more that you can do with this. And if you still want to go with that three-way socket deal, actually not the three-way socket, but the 150 watt incandescent light that were used in those three-way sockets, you can still do that if you want to. No reason why you can't. A lot of people won't though. It's hard to get those bulbs, those incandescent bulbs now anyway. It's just using a medium base socket. So medium base, just screws in, easy to get, like I said. So the deal with the LED bulbs, which is where you really should be going at this point in time, you can use a lot of stuff in here. So the recommended bulb is usually always kind of a default, and that's an A19, and that's the size of the bulb we all grew up with. Back in when I was a kid, these were 60 watt, 75 watt. Now LEDs like this, you can get a lot out of them. I have found this LED at Walmart up to 100 watt equivalent without a problem. So these are your A19s. So, but here's the other thing. That harp is pretty big, and it can accommodate a much larger bulb. So if you're going with an LED, there's no reason you can't use a larger LED bulb. And here's a couple here. So this is an A20, this is an A21. Notice they're just a little bit bigger than this guy. And these can pump out tons of light, and they're easy to get. So again, probably pick this up at a Home Depot, I think. This is a 150 watt equivalent, A20. This I've seen like on Amazon up to a 200 watt equivalent. Do you really need that much light? Probably not. But 100 to 150 watt equivalent would probably be the way to go on this. They're going to offer these to you in all kinds of different colors of light, and we talk about that in every video. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light. They're going to offer these to you in something called daylight, and that's going to be kind of a bluish white light like an outside overcast day or a hospital waiting room. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom, which I mention all the time, is going to be warm white or soft white, and that's the nice warmth of this bulb coming down on me right now. This is 3,000 Kelvin. That's what these guys are too. So that's what we generally pick up. The other very important thing is, and you can get these everywhere. So you can get them pretty much True Value, Ace Hardware. I can get this at my grocery store in Vermont. If I can, you can. So that's easy there too. Home Depot, all those places, any hardware store, even drugstores too are carrying them now. But anyway, it's really important that you guys buy a dimmable version of any of these bulbs to make it work with that dimmer. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.